Hello there. So, I've had one of those days in school today. It's been long, it's been tiring, but it's been great. It's been an absolutely brilliant day delivering careers guidance to young people in Kent. Now, the other day I was asked, why do you do it? Why does careers work matter? What does it actually mean when it comes down to it? Now, I didn't want to give a glib answer, so I went away and thought about it, and I thought I'd share my thoughts with you here. Now, it's so easy. I could wax lyrical about the economic benefits, labour markets. I could talk about the benefits to society. And all of these things are, of course, good and true and useful outcomes from careers guidance, and typically from personal guidance, which is what I do, which is the one-to-one work. But why does it matter to me? And today really brought it home for me. All of the other stuff, of course, is absolutely important. The impacts on things like education for our young people, once they understand where their paths lead and what they can do, they can understand the importance of why one option or college or sixth form or whatever it might be, apprenticeships, university, whatever it might be. They understand where they fit and where they're going. And all of this is good stuff. It helps them to chart their course and where they want to head, but also how to navigate that course when it changes. But in terms of today, the stuff that really brings it home is that why personal guidance, careers guidance matters is because of mental health. So when you're working with young people who turn up and they're stressed and they're anxious and they're worried and they don't know where they fit, they don't know what might be possible, and they're so stressed and so anxious that they're close to tears and they're stuck, and then you do the careers guidance and you take the time for them. You take the time to listen to them, to hear them, to help understand them, and to help show them what might be possible and different ways of navigating things. That's what matters. So when you have a student on a scaling at the end of the session who says, how stressed were you beforehand, when I asked that? And they go, I was a 9 or 10. And at the end of the session go, well, how are you feeling now? And they go, well, 1 or a 2. Like with 10 being stressed, 1 or 2 being less stressed. And they're smiling and they're beaming and they go out of this session ready to do what they want to do next. That's what matters. And it's the mental health, I think, more than anything else. It's why I do this stuff. And I've been doing careers work 15 years now. Before that, worked in other bits of education. And I love it. And the reason I love it is partly that mental health, in terms of being able to help young people to become happier, to become more confident, to know where they fit, to know where they could be. And it isn't always easy. The work isn't easy, but it's why young people having access to a qualified career development professional matters. Why it matters they've got access to an RCDP who's on the professional register, who's with the CDI, because this is what we do. And some might argue it's not glamorous or cool or whatever. I love it. I think it's the best job in the world. But it's why it matters. So if a young person is stuck or lost, having access to that personal guidance helps them to find their way home to where they want to be or where they want to go. And if they haven't got access to that, if there isn't sufficient access to that personal guidance, where do they go? Now, 9 times out of 10, I get young people who say, I haven't spoken to my teachers, I haven't spoken to my parents or carers about this. Not because the parents or carers or teachers are mean or nasty, but half the time they don't feel that, or many of the young people don't feel that they would understand, or they don't feel they could reach out or put themselves into that place, because it's scary putting yourself into that place which isn't safe, which is to say, I do not know, which is why it's so critical for us as RCDPs, as career professionals, that we create that safe place where they can be a little bit vulnerable, that non-judgmental place where it's okay to be not okay, where it's okay to talk about stuff, to change your mind, to have one session, then have another session where your ideas have changed. That space is so vital. And to talk to someone who gets it and understands that most young people won't know what they want to do when they're 16 or 17. That most young people have to go through explorative phases to figure out what they want to do. Most of us don't figure it out until we're closer to 25 or 30. And we know that from our understanding of theory, our understanding of how and why the world works the way it does, all of this stuff. And sharing that with the young people helps. So yeah, why does this stuff matter? Why is it important that schools, colleges, universities invest in personal guidance or careers guidance for our young people? Because of mental health. And it's not just for our young people, it's for our adults as well, the adult clients that are out there who are transitioning from one job to another and again find themselves lost, which is why lifelong careers guidance matters. Access to a universal all-age service. So this is why it matters, and this is my answer when people say to me, why does careers guidance matter? And of course, all the economic benefits and the bits and pieces do matter, don't get me wrong. But career isn't just about the job you do, it's about the life you lead, it's about the life you want. And if no one shows you what's possible, how can you make some choices if you can't see it? So yeah, that's why it matters. That's why this stuff's important. It's a bit like, imagine playing a board game. Choose your board game of choice. And no one tells you the rules, and everyone else is playing it, and you don't understand the rules. You don't even know that the rules can be played in a different way, or the rules can be broken. So if no one takes the time to explain the rules, you feel pretty lost, and you feel pretty low. So having that space where someone can help you explore the different ways you can play this game, yeah, that matters. So yeah, careers guidance, it matters. Now, if you're there and you're a young person or an adult, and you're a bit stuck and you need some help, go and talk to your school or college. Find out if they've got access, or you've got access to an independent careers advisor who's qualified. If you're an adult, contact the National Careers Service. Drop the helpline a line. There's loads of professionals there who are there to help you and support you. Okay, well, I wish you the best of luck. And when someone says, does careers work matter? It sure does.